Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Real United States video blog. I'm your host Paul Campbell. Behind the camera as always is my camera operator and wife, Beverly Campbell. And we are here on the shores of Lake Michigan, just outside of the city of Ludington. Now this large cross that you see behind me is a historic marker. It was placed here in commemoration of the place where Father Jacques Marquette passed away in 1675. Now, Pere Marquette, Father Marquette, is most notably remembered as being one of the first European explorers to ever see the upper waters of the Mississippi River. He's also notably remembered here in Michigan for founding the city of St. Ignace, or the mission at the city of St. Ignace, and also for being one of the earliest settlers in the city of Sault Ste. Marie, the town just across the straits between Sault Ste. Marie in the United States and our neighboring nation of Canada. Now, Father Marquette was a Jesuit missionary that we're in the process of working on a documentary about. We wanted to bring you here, although Father Marquette died here in May of 1675, we wanted to give you something of a feel for what the weather in this part of the world was like during the time that Marquette was here. Certainly bitter cold, deep snow. We're going to try and give you some views of this surrounding water. This is actually a little point of land that sticks up outside of Ludington here on Lake Michigan. And it actually separates Lake Michigan from what is now called Pere Marquette Lake, which is a body of water. It's essentially a bay, even though it's called a lake, that's at the mouth of the Pere Marquette River. So Marquette played a huge role in history here in the United States, obviously well remembered for a lot of his accomplishments, and many things are named after him because of that. We have here the city of Marquette. We are in Marquette Township. We have Marquette River and Pere Marquette Lake. So obviously a very famous historical figure here in the northern United States, and with good reason. So now we're going to try and show you some more scenes around here. One of the things I'd like to mention is that during a short bit of research we did on this, Beverly discovered that the cross that's behind me is a newer cross. Originally on this site stood a large, heavy wooden cross. And according to legend, that cross is the cross that is referred to in the old Christian hymn titled The Old Rugged Cross. So I thought that was a rather interesting bit of trivia, since that is a very well-known Christian hymn, certainly here in the United States and much of the English-speaking world. When Father Marquette died here in 1675, the two French boatmen that he was traveling with interred his remains somewhere near this spot. Now, no one knows the exact location today of where his remains were interred, but 2 years later, in 1677, there was a discovery by the local indigenous Americans who found the cross marking his grave and disinterred the remains, washed the bones as was their custom, wrapped them, and returned them to the city of St. Ignace on the northern shore of the Straits of Mackinac, where he was finally laid to rest in what is today his permanent resting place. And there is a monument there that marks his final resting place. And hopefully in a future episode, and certainly for the documentary, we're hoping to get footage of that monument where Father Marquette's remains lie to this day. So we'd like to thank you for joining us here on the Real United States Video Blog. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you haven't already done so, we encourage you to pick subscribe and join us for future episodes. If you have questions or comments, please leave them in the comments section below. We love hearing from all of you. We try to get back to everyone as soon as we possibly can. And as always, thank you for watching.